Hello, this is Nintendo 14, playthrough 1, Donkey Kong 64, Part 9 and last part. We played as Tiny Kong, got our weapons, all the gold bananas, just like as normal. In this part, so we're going to play as Diddy Kong in the Troff N Scoff portal that we found in the back of the dungeon area, or the set of dungeon areas, and let's go forward here. This boss, I'll go into more once we actually start the boss, but this is this cutscene, how cute it is. I mean, you don't really get to see Donkey Kong at the beginning of this boss, but there's a lot of charm to this one. I like this. It squash a little, make sure he's dead, yeah. Serves him right. Don't care about the size, as long as you're bigger, then you can squash whatever. But that big old Dogadon, yeah, that's what it's called, Dogadon for some reason. Well, that's a dragonfly. And the funny thing I like is that small one that we just squashed is just the same thing as this one, but bigger. Just love it. I love Rare because of that, but this boss, I want to say this boss is a lot easier than Armadillo because of the fact that he doesn't have the rolling ability that he did after you throw a barrel at him. But the one thing that he does have over Armadillo is that I believe his fire or attack rate is a lot faster than Armadillo. That's great, I guess. But there's not much to this boss. It's a lot more bare bones than Armadillo. All he really gotta do is just keep running, dodge the fireballs, and that's really all there is to it. There's certain games that are pretty easy, they're so fun. This is one of those cases. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of annoying challenges that you have to go through just to get golden bananas, such as that stupid race with the beetle with Tiny Kong. That was pretty ridiculous, and how cheap that was, but other than that, the rest of the boss, where the stuff is mandatory, it's really not that bad. And all you gotta do is just hit this guy one more time, with a total of 3 with the TNT barrel, and that's all you really gotta do. Just throw another one at him and he's toast. Just like that, we get the boss key fairly easy. I just hope that wasn't the last we see of him, because just dying that easily, just maybe you could do a lot more with that boss. I don't know. But I digress. Maybe I digress a lot, but alright, so we've gotten everything, all the musics and such. Let's just take a quick summary right here. 100 for Donkey Kong, except for that blueprint that we haven't redeemed just yet. Diddy Kong, same thing. Lanky Kong, also. Tiny Kong, we actually redeemed her blueprint. That'll be the case with Tiny Kong, with each area. Nope, I kind of slipped off the control stick. That's one problem I have with the control sticks, is that... Ooh. It's really hurting on my throat, apparently, too. Vocals, everything. So that's all for the Angry Aztec. I just lost that train of thought because of that, but... Alright. Next thing we could possibly do is just take our new stuff over to K Lumsey and just open up the area to... Just open up the door to the next area. Just like that. Go to the #1 panel. I think you guys should know where it's at. For those who haven't seen it, like from there to here. Just go through right here, and that'll be that. I think there's actually one more haystack you could get in this area. I think, or in K Lumsey's cell. So I think I'll show that off real quick. But first, let's see what happens when we open this cage. I mean, what kind of sorcery you're gonna use to open the area to next? Because I'm pretty sure with all that earth shaking, does it really take that much? Just I mean, there's not really much going on. I mean, you just shake that and magically that opens up as if it was loose, or it was supposed to be open like that, but it's just like jammed ever so slightly, so just like a small tremor would actually fix it, especially for that too. Oh, mechanics, they get jammed in the smallest of possibles, but that's my theory of how all that works. But anyways, you got this switch right here. Nothing much we can do in this area right now, because this part is actually for Lanky Kong, spoiler alert. But we won't be able to get the gold banana that's actually in this area for quite some time. So all we can really do is just get this coin right here. So I think that's all there really is to this big old area that is a lot bigger than it is on the inside, or on the outside, because when you exit, it's like, I don't know, like 4 times smaller than it is in the inside. But it's always like the case with that in video games. And see, look at that. It's like it got downgraded in size. So, alright, so I will promise myself all gold bananas I do get in this one area, that's gonna be saved for really late in the game. There's one from Lanky Kong that you can get right now if you want to, but by order, I'm not gonna get that as of right now. Could right now, but now we're not. So instead, I think that we got Diddy Kong's shine. I think it's Lanky Kong's turn to explore. So I think we'll just take course here. There's two areas that opened up thanks to K Lumsy. There's this one place underwater, and there's another place that raises this up. We're gonna start with this area first because this is actually where you can rescue the last Kong, and we want to make sure we rescue the Kongs ASAP because they're essential to collecting all the gold bananas in this game and just 100%ing the game entirely. So make the way all the way up to enemy territory. Finally, we're finally boarding K Rool's base. I want to call it that, sure. And there's some enemies here, obviously. I mean, you should have enemies to guard K Rool's area, but alright. I think I'll show off this part here, actually. Like with Cranky, there is a area for you to, instead of Cranky, you can actually visit Snide outside main areas, or like Troff N Scoff areas. I really don't know what you want to call it, but in the main hub, I guess I'll just call it that, there is a Snide HQ in the main hub. So just a quick note there, if you want to redeem blueprints without having to go through one of these portals, or one of those DK portals to a certain area, I'll be that. I think, because I think I should look into what you call those areas, such as, you know, like the Jungle Japes and the Angry Aztec. I'll look into that, and maybe I'll start calling it whatever I see from that now on. I'm just gonna book it. Screw that, Kremling. But I think I'll show off. No, whistle. Sorry. But here's the 4 battle. We can use this to get all the way back up here anytime. So let me check this back area here real quick. Actually, there's nothing here. I believe there's like another switch similar to what we saw with Lanky Kong over at K Lumsy's cell, but it says for Donkey Kong. But just a quick note right there. So let's just go right through here, and we'll actually see what's through here. Right away, we got this little thing right there. It's just a lot easier to hit than the other enemies that's like it. It's just like the one that dropped the bomb. It's like a Mecha Zap, whatever. But here's the B locker right there. I think I'll actually get this out the way real quick. There is a trick you could do with Lanky Kong. I believe it works on every single B locker. But what you could do is, in case if you don't want to, you know, get the gold bananas required, you can actually use Lanky Kong's attack, which is this, and you can, no joke, you can actually go right past him, not paying the gold bananas for it, and go to an area a lot earlier. Might be broken, but could be really useful if you want to get to a certain area a lot sooner. So I'll just show off the Wrinkly Kong doors, and then I think we'll call that a part. Unfortunately, that might be the only one we could use, because there's an ability that we don't have in order to get to the next one. Let me see if Diddy can actually help us out here and get to the top here. I want to see if I can cheat this. Actually, that might be a bit too much for Diddy. Let me. No. So sad face, we can't get up to that top part and read more Wrinkly Kong's tips. So I think that might cut this part short a little bit. So I think I'm gonna start exploring this next area with Lanky Kong. So that's gonna be it for this part. Till next time for part 10, as we're going to be entering this portal and hopefully find the next Kong. So till then, see you guys later.
Woohoo!